listener production.
Hi, Natasha Belling with you and welcome to a special episode of the afternoon edition of The Briefing. The nation is still reeling after yesterday's mass terror attack at Bondi Beach. 15 innocent victims were killed and at least 40 others injured, 7 critically, as 2 men, now identified as a father and son, opened fire, targeting the Jewish community who was celebrating the first day of Hanukkah.
1 minute we're walking along the beach and just had an amazing surf in the afternoon, and then the next minute you just hear these crackers, and I was like, wow, fireworks going off, and I realised no, and then it's just the screams and the faces of pure terror. The shots just kept firing and I was like, oh my God, it's getting closer. I can't stay behind this bush because I don't have a way out. And so we then had to try and get upstairs. And it's just when you say it out loud, it's terrifying.
Yesterday was indeed a dark day in our nation's history, but we as a nation are stronger than the cowards who did this.
This is a shocking act of violence, as we've said, and it needs to be met with an overwhelming government, community and police response.
It was an anti-Semitic attack, obviously, and I just want to pay my respects to everybody. And in Australia, you probably read there's been a very, very brave person actually who went and attacked frontally one of the shooters and saved a lot of lives. So very brave person who's right now in the hospital.
This was an attack deliberately targeted at the Jewish community on the first day of Hanukkah, which of course should be a joyous celebration. And the Jewish community are hurting today.
The 50-year-old male is a licensed firearms holder. He has 6 firearms licensed to him.
Operation Shelter will be overwhelming and it may be inconvenient for people in the coming days, but we need to send a clear message to the people of this state and those in the affected community that have seen so much violence and damage that New South Wales Police are there to protect them, to keep them safe, and that they've got every right to celebrate their faith and enjoy this festive period free from the profound worry and sadness associated with this horrible violence.
We will dedicate every single resource that is required in responding to this. We will do whatever is necessary to stamp out anti-Semitism. It is a scourge and we will eradicate it together.
This is what we know as we recorded this episode this Monday, the 15th of December, just before 4 p.m. The Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has flagged tougher gun laws after yesterday's terror attack, the worst mass shooting in Australia since Port Arthur. It follows revelations the 50-year-old terrorist Sajid Akram had a gun licence for a decade and used a number of high-powered guns in the terror attack that were legally registered. The PM says he will put forward an overhaul of current gun ownership and registration legislation to National Cabinet this afternoon.
Including limits on the number of guns that can be used or licensed by individuals. A review of licences over a period of time. People's circumstances change. People can be radicalised over a period of time. Licences should not be in perpetuity. And checks, of course, making sure that those checks and balances are in place as well. If we need to toughen these up, if there's anything we can do, I'm certainly up for it. And I hope to get National Cabinet on board for that this afternoon as well.
Mr Albanese also confirming the man's 24-year-old son, Naveed Akram, who is still in a critical condition in hospital and may yet face charges, had come to the attention of ASIO in 2019.
He was examined on the basis of being associated with others, and the assessment was made that there was no indication of any ongoing threat or threat of him engaging in violence.
The ABC is today reporting 2 Islamic State flags were found in the vehicle driven by the terrorists. Hundreds are continuing to gather at Bondi Beach to lay flowers and pay tribute to the many innocent lives lost. It comes as the name of some of the victims have been released, including 10-year-old Matilda, who was at Bondi Beach celebrating with her family. French national Dan El-Kiram, as well as local Bondi rabbi Eli Schlanger, Rabbi Alex Kleitman, Sydney businessman Reuven Morrison, Tibor Whitson, who was shielding his wife from the gunfire, and retired police officer Peter Marr. A number of other victims have not yet been officially identified, and at least 40 other victims remain in hospitals across Sydney, with some still in a critical condition. Meantime, the Prime Minister has hit back at criticism that the federal government has not done enough to stop growing anti-Semitism across the country. It comes as Special Envoy to Combat Anti-Semitism, Gillian Siegel, says the government must act immediately on her report she delivered 6 months ago about stopping hatred towards Jewish people.
It's an attack on Australia, not just on the Jewish community. So I do think, as Premier Min says, it's been seeping into society for many years, and we have not come out strongly enough against it.
The Prime Minister has urged Australians to light a candle and put it in their front windows tonight at 6:47 p.m. The same time, gunfire rang out last night on our most famous beach, taking so many innocent lives and changing our country forever. If you or someone you know needs mental health help and or support after this terror attack, please head to our show notes for all the details.